What's up, guys? So this week's install is going to be kind of a two-parter, unless I can fit it into one, depending on how long it's going to actually take. But this week, I am focusing on the headlamps. About, I'd say 3 months ago, I ordered the Diode Dynamics C-Light upgrade. As you can see now, I have this overlay here from Premium Auto Styling because I absolutely hate how the housings look. I hate chrome housings. So I'm going to be taking off the headlamps, opening them up, doing the C-Light conversion upgrade, and hopefully not messing up the wiring while I install them. So you guys, obviously, last week I took off the bumper, showed you guys how to take off front bumper. Not going to film that again, kind of redundant. So I'm going to go ahead and get this project started. I've got my monster down here. I would say for the boys, but then everybody would say I'd be ripping off TJ Hunt, so I'm going to say that one's for the nation. That gets my thumbs up approval. Anyway, so I'm going to get going on taking the bumper off, and then I'll show you guys the process of taking the headlights off. Okay, guys, so with the bumper off, we have to first remove this bracket here. There, one bolt up there, one bolt right there, and 2 bolts over there. And the bracket should come off. And then on top of the headlamp, there's a bolt there, a bolt there, and then a little hot clip right there. And then the headlight should come out. Obviously, you have to take off all the connectors in the back first. But yeah, it should come off after that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done real quick and go from there. Okay, so now the headlight's out, so just got to have to take off the wiring in the back, and the headlamp will be free. So what I didn't mention is on the side with the 2 bolts, there is a pop clip that goes, focus, focus. Oh my god. Anyway, there's a pop clip that goes like literally right there. So you're gonna take that pop clip off. God damn motorcycles. Anyway, you gotta take the pop clip off too. And then that little bracket will come off. So I'm going to get this headlight off of here, do it on the other side, put the bumper back on, and then we're on to phase 2. Alright guys, now that we got the headlights off of the car and in the house, we are going to, oh, there's the O-ring for one of the aux beam bulbs. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. So now we're going to start taking apart the headlamp. So you want to first start with the wiring harness. You got your harness here, harness there. This over here is kind of just all tied together. And then this bulb is the DRL. Well, not DRL, sorry, the stock C-lamp bulb, which as you can see is just on the premium and limited, or premium and base models. I can't talk right now, excuse me guys. On the premium and base models, it's just a 194 peanut bulb. So that's what you have lighting up your C-lamp if you do not have a limited model. So take that out, obviously. Side marker bulb. Start taking this off here. And then Phillips head screw. And that will take off wire harness. Just go ahead and set that aside. And now you can start taking off the other pieces that you need to take apart the housing. Now I've seen some people take these off, which I'm just going to do it just so there's not, or just so they're out of the way basically. So we're going to take these off here. Oops. Go. Let's take all the unnecessary stuff off here. Alright, so now you can start taking off the screws that hold the housing together. Now, some people will put these in the oven so that way it releases the glue that holds everything together. I'm not going to do that. I have done 240SX headlights and stuff like that in the past in the oven. From what I understand, the 2017 headlamps, the actual rubber that is the seal, you don't actually have to put it in the oven. It'll make it a little bit easier. But what I did is I actually grabbed the heat gun that I use on my vinyl wrap jobs, and I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up and make the glue a little bit less, I'd say, I guess hard, I guess you'd say. Make it softer so we can pull it apart. So, but before you do that, you do have to take apart. There's some screws here. So you get one screw here, one screw here, one screw there, one screw all the way over here, one screw down here, and I believe that's it. Although I could be incorrect, and we will soon find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking these off. So what I'm gonna do now is attempt to pry, very carefully pry, these little tabs right here, as you can see. Pry these up, and then I'm also gonna go ahead and give it some heat so that way I can start to separate the lens from the housing. And I believe I got all of these screws off, so that's a start. Just pry these up real quick, get these into position. Okay. So right here, actually right here, it's already starting to come apart. So I guess what they say is true, that the 17, the glue is very, very easy to work with. So let's see if this works. Obviously, you want to be as careful as possible. You don't want to break anything on your headlight. Trust me, I know how much these things are from Subaru. So as you can see, it's already starting to come apart. So you very gently continue to pull apart the housing. Make sure you get all the tabs, so that way it will come off. So quick update, I'm baking my headlights. It didn't want to come off as easy as I thought. I've seen people do it before where they don't have to actually put it in the oven, but now I'm nervously waiting for my headlights to come out of the oven. I was watching a video a second ago. They said 225 degrees for 8 minutes. I put it about 200, maybe 220. I'm gonna put it in there for 7 minutes. Oh, stressful. Just pay attention. They said go ahead and put it on like a baking sheet with a dishcloth or something like that, so that way there's no plastic hitting metal. So I did that. I put it on a baking sheet with a. Shut up, bird. I gotta talk when I'm talking. Anyway, so you put it in there for about 8 minutes, and then you'll pull it out and be able to take it apart. So I'm just anxiously waiting for my headlight to bake. Fun, very stressful, but I'm gonna get this done and kind of just keep an eye on it. I just want to give you guys an update. I know it said, I was going to be able to do it without, but I don't want to ruin the glass housing, and I don't want to ruin the plastic, so yeah, just go in this method. Okay, so baking them actually wasn't as bad as I thought. So 225 degrees, 8 minutes, gets rid of that. That stuff is horrible. It's super sticky, and if you don't heat it up enough, it definitely is a bitch to get off. So next we're gonna start taking apart the housing. So there's that screw there, and that screw there, which will take out this piece here. And then before you do that, there's I did on the other one. All I had to do was just kind of unpop one of those, and the side marker came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Like I said, it's a screw there, and a screw up there, and take off this housing, and also take off the side marker. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is remove the cover for the sea light, and how you do that. Real quick. So you have one little tab there, one little tab there, one little tab on the bottom, and then this tab here and this tab here. So you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver to get the other tabs off, and you're gonna need some needle-nose pliers to get these tabs to push forward. After that, then this entire C-lamp portion comes off, and you are good to go. So I will show you guys what it looks like after taking off that little C-light cover, and then that is the end of day one. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning. So I want to get some sleep, wake up bright and early, and get this thing rolling. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like without it, and then we'll go from there. And that is what you are left with once everything has been completely torn down. So obviously you're going to wipe it down before you paint. I know the other one I was having some trouble getting that little C-light portion out, so I got fingerprints all over it. And so I'm going to go ahead and wipe that down before I paint it tomorrow. Once you get that piece out, this is what you are left with. This is what your C-lamp is going to, actually it looks kind of cool like that. That's kind of a cool C. Anyway, getting off topic here. So that's what it's going to look like once you take that piece off and you are down to the last piece. So this is the paint, or the portion that you're going to paint. You know, obviously if you have a limited model, yours already comes black. The premium and base models come this absolutely horrible chrome color. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. This is the end of day one. Just thought I'd show you guys what the final product, what you're going to be left with, is going to look like. So once again, this is the end of day one. Day two begins bright and early tomorrow. I've got to go down and walk out of the store real quick, and then come back and start prepping and painting. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow.